Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Welcome, Kindreds. It's Jessica the Story Witch, and this is my flip through of my setup for October in my bullet journal come Book of Shadows, grimoire, whatever you would like to call it, my magical journal. Now I'm hoping this is going to be a fairly quickish video because I'm also going to film today a little information video about what's coming up next as far as setting up our bullet journals for next year and, well, yeah, all that kind of good stuff. If you've been watching my videos before, you'll know I've been talking about doing this as some like live journaling together setups, which I'm really excited about. But I also want to kind of explain a few things because I've realised that there's going to be some issues with doing it in the way that I'd originally thought. So I'm going to make another video after this one, which I'll probably put up in like, I don't know, in like a couple of days time, so we're not being inundated with videos. So keep a lookout for that if you're interested in kind of setting up the annual setup for a witchy bullet journal meets Book of Shadows type thing. So this is my October, these are my October title pages. I like to include some kind of inspirational stuff. I've kind of got like a bit of a foxy and woodlandy theme going on for this month, and like choosing with the colours, I've gone with a kind of orange and green kind of vibe because it is autumn here in Wales. So, and the weather has most definitely changed now to an autumnal vibe, which I'm loving. So yeah, I got this fox, golden fox picture, and I thought this was lovely. I returned from the field with gypsy feet, with seams of earth between my toes, and red varnish chipped with memories of stones and fallen branches, scraped and climbed. My gypsy feet danced on the earth, and I wore a long skirt filled with sky and naked legs. Though I've returned to the city and enclosed myself in the concrete rhythms of our time, my heart dances still, like a flutter of bright silk in the breeze. My heart still moves with an ancient freedom. And that is out of the Earth Pathways diary. I know the use of gypsy is problematic. I'm not skirting over that. But what I loved about this particular image, and words and image together, is that it's speaking to my goal for this year, which is emerging, and part of that is to be going outside more. And I love that kind of idea about even when we are in the concrete rhythms, the more kind of tick 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 of our inner space, then it's, you know, we can still kind of feed in and still remember by the chips in our nail varnishes or the scrapes on our arms, you know, with the adventures we had outside. So yeah, I really like that. So I didn't like tidying my space very well before doing this video. I wanted to do it before it got completely dark. And then this is a kind of darker part, which also speaks to the fact that we have Samhain coming up at the end of the month too, salvage, and that is about kind of aging and what that means and where we go and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's really beautiful as well. And just a few little bits and bobs of washi and things stuck on there. And then I've got my spread for the month, as I do each month, and I like to keep it big and loose so that I can fit in when I'm going to be doing things. And I also choose a deck, card, stone and focus for the month, and I normally do that in the video, but I'm not going to do that today just because I want to make this a quicker, shorter video. Let me show you one that was filled. This is September's, and I filled in, so I had the Chicoli Tarot, which was my deck, and the Knight of Swords. Rainbow Moonstone was my stone for the month, and my focus was connecting with my higher purpose, and that has kind of been panning out within September, which obviously had a more red and grey and mushroomy feel going on. So yeah, this is October, and I'll be filling this in. It's not actually October yet, it's the equinox here today, so I will be filling this in. And then I have like a goal setting page, as I do each month, and things that I'm going to do, things that I need to buy in that particular month. and a healthy habit tracker where I just fill in to track my habits. I'm sure lots of you will have seen this before in that kind of normal bullet journal-y type setup. Although I do include things like meditation and stuff like that on this, that kind of feeds into it being a bit more of a magical planner. And then I have my field notes. I did this way, although in slightly different colours last month, and I really liked the kind of simplicity of it, so I'm doing it again like this for this month. I've got my field notes where I just make a note of what I've been doing outside every day, because I'm going outside every day, although there have been some days where I haven't been outside, so I'll also make a note of that if I haven't and why I didn't. So yeah, I'm finding that useful. I think it'd be good to look back through the year as well and have a read of them all overall at the end. And then gratitude, I write something every day that I'm grateful for, which is a practice that I've been doing for a number of years now, and I find that it's a really important part of my practice. And then the monthly forecast, what can be seen in the night sky. I like to include this because it helps me to feed into like the astrology of what is going on in the particular season. These pages are out of this diary, the Astro Moon diary, and I have already ordered my 2019 version of this diary because I love it, and it's my most used out of my diaries. I did a video of the 2018 diaries that I bought, which I'll link down below this video if I remember as well, flicking through, because if you're considering which ones you want to buy, or one, as most normal people do, for this year, then you can have a look at that. When I get my new ones that I've ordered Earth Pathways. In fact, I ordered an Earth Pathways calendar instead of the date book, the planner this time, because I haven't been using that one to write. I don't use any of them to write in, but I don't tend to check in with that one on a day-to-day astrological point of view. I do use this Astrological one for that. That's my go-to. So I've ordered this in diary form. I've ordered the Earth Pathways in, where did I put the Earth Pathways? Here. I've ordered the calendar version of the Earth Pathways for 2019, and I've also ordered, what else did I order? I decided not to get the Wee Moon for now, although it is kind of in my basket. It does look beautiful. It's just, it's so expensive, and getting it, if I buy it direct from Wee Moon, which I prefer to do because they get more of the money, the shipping is also expensive as well. So I haven't got that yet. I'm not going to get the Llewellyn date book either this year. Oh, I know, I ordered like this little almanac thing, which I'm quite interested to see what that's like. So when those things come, I will share them with you guys so you can see what they are. I didn't talk about the pens I've used for this setup. I've been mainly using, I bought a pack a while back now of these kind of like autumnal coloured brush pens. There's just a few of them there. And they are Faber Castell Pitt artist pens. They've got like a kind of, they're not they're not as bendy a tip as the Tombos, which are kind of my favourite brush pens. There's a Tombow. You can see the difference in tip size. So these have got like a much smaller brush tip, but that makes them easier to do small writing with. And it's quite hard to do small writing with the Tombos because of the size of the tip. You can do it, but you've got to be really like neat, which I'm not. I also use a little bit this white gel pen, which I'm really loving, which Amber in Wonderland's Daughter recommended for me. This is a Uniball Signo, and that's really nice. And my kind of trusted Muji very thin point, I think they're 0. Oh yeah, there we go, 0.38. I don't know if you can even see that, it's getting a bit dark already. That's my kind of go-to for my daily writing within the journal. I also had this gorgeous little washi which I bought ages ago, and so I was really excited to use that, which has got like foxes and autumn trees and things on it. And I was also using just some other ones I had around, which is just like in green and orange tones. So you'll see those kind of throughout my spread. And that is it kind of for the monthly section. I started doing my first daily, and I've changed it slightly. Let me see if I can find one from September that isn't too... Okay, so in September, I've been doing it like this and using these sort of colours. And what I've started doing, instead of putting the moon as on its own section like I was doing like the moon down here and then my sections underneath. I was running out of space for my journaling. I'm finding I'm wanting to be doing more journaling at the moment, probably because the year is kind of getting darker. I'm also making notes for my meditations and stuff in here now as well, so I was running out of space. So what I have done is I've budged my moon up above the line. I've also been putting my Woman Rune daily draw pulls above this line as well. Let me see if I can find one which is done with all of those things on it. I probably won't now. But I have been doing that. Has that got it? No. But I've been filling in the moon, and then sometimes I've also been layering my Woman Rune draw. Oh, there you go. There's one, a couple of them there, where I've been putting the Woman Rune for the day also above the line. So it's quite a lot of info kind of squeezing above the line, but actually I've been finding that okay. So as normal, I'll be putting like my actual bullet journal, what I'm doing for the day, usually my menu, what I'm going to be eating that day, so I know I'm kind of planned, my card for the day, then any insights, usually reflections on the card, or sometimes I'll put like if I've had any particularly prophetic dreams or things like that in there too. So I haven't filled this in yet because obviously I haven't got to that stage yet. So that, I'm going to keep it nice and short and sweet, like I said there, because I want to try and film that other video before it gets completely dark and you won't be able to see me. So I hope that was fun. I know it's not as in-depth as my usual ones that I do. I will get back to doing them more like that next month for you guys, but I hope it's still useful and that you're enjoying using your bullet journals and you're actually using your bullet journals. That's my favourite thing, when people give me the feedback saying you've inspired me to do it myself, which is exactly what I want. It's not supposed to be like a show and tell of my book because mine is great. You know, it's not great. I love it. It is great from that point of view, but it's not a picture perfect type thing. You know, it's something that is worked in, it's something that is used, and that is what I love to hear from you guys when you're sort of saying that you've been using it too. Oh, and on that note, actually, somebody, Liz Williams, who watches my bullet journal videos, asked me, I'm rummaging now looking for a fountain pen, which I know I have got around here somewhere if I can find one, to try in the journal, because here we go. She asked me, how does the Leuchtturm hold up? Because my journal is a Leuchtturm 1917. I should have mentioned that at the start as well. You can see it here. And I go for the medium dot grid. I like the A5 size journal. Let's try. I know I had a page back here where I hadn't written very much on it. Here we go, my dark moon. I actually found my spread was too massive, so I took a photo and I've actually written it into my tarot journal instead. So I will, although actually is that going to, yeah, it should work. Even though I've done this exercise here, you should still be able to see if it bleeds through. So let's try that. And if not, I can try on other little bit of section as well. So let's see if this fountain pen, oh, there we go. My fountain pen's not going to work now either. It's been a little while since I've used it because it's, I just love those Muji pens. I find them really useful. It's because my cartridge needs changing. Let's see if I've got some more here. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do this for you live right here now. Well, not live because we're not live, but you know what I mean, while I'm here. That's frustrating. My cartridge is dried up and I don't know. I know I've got a whole pack of cartridges somewhere, but I don't think I can put my hand on them now this second. So Liz, I'm sorry if you're watching. I will try that out for you and I will let you know whether it bled through. I feel like it's not going to be honest. I think they might get a little bit of ghosting, but I don't think it will be like a full-on bleed through, if you see what I mean. So I will try that out for you and I will let you know how it went. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. Warmest blessings, and I will see you very soon.